In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the torque wrench. Torque wrenches are very, very important, especially on a bike like this, where a lot of things are carbon fiber and everything is very specific torque rating. When you're dealing with carbon fiber seat posts, carbon fiber steer tubes, carbon fiber stems, carbon fiber anything, as well as carbon fiber handlebars, very important that everything is torqued properly. If it's over tightened, what you might find is that you might crack your very, very expensive components. Every single bike, the torque will be listed at somewhere on the bike itself. For this bike in particular, the actual torque rating is on there. So on my torque wrench it actually has a conversion table here. So on the seat tube it said 55 foot-pounds of torque. So we have 50 there, 55, and then 6. So that bolt needs to be tightened to 6 Newton meters. So I do have this little dial here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjust this to 5 and get that on 0. And then since 7 is in between and I need 6, I'm just going to adjust the dial up to 1, which is right there. Adjust it to 1, and then now this is torqued for 6 Newton meters. I'm just going to torque this up to the 6 Newton meters, and then just moving it until I feel it click or hear the click. I'm just going to keep tightening this right there. You can see the torque wrench. It's not allowing me to go any further. So we're torqued at 6 Newton meters, and that's all you need for the seat post itself. And then on the front here, same thing as before. It's always going to be listed. So you have max of 5. So we're just going to have to adjust the torque wrench down to 5 Newton meters from 6 to 5. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to stick it on the bolt here. There we go. So we're at 5 there. And then we're just going to go onto the bottom bolt here, getting around all the cables. And then you can see it clicking there. So we're at 5 there. And then we're just going to double check that top bolt just in case. There we go. Same thing, we're going to move up to the front. So right here you can see the max of 4 Newton meters on the front there. So we're just going to dial it down to 4 Newton meters. So that's why it is also important just to go through everything on the bike, because we went from 6 to 5 to 4. Everything on this bike has a different and a specific torque rating. So yeah, we're just going to go on to the stem bolts and tighten those up. So with the stem, what you're going to have to look out for is you want an even gap on the lower bolt here, so you can kind of see the gap in between the actual stem and then the faceplate there. So you want an even gap on the bottom, and then you're going to want an even gap on the top sides here. So again, between the stem and then the faceplate, you want to make sure that the gap at the top is the exact same at the gap at the bottom there. So when it comes to actually torquing the actual stem bolts here, you're going to want to kind of do kind of a pattern. So we're a little bit loose on the bottom there. So we're going to tighten the bottom there. Then we're going to go to the top here. Feel that click. Then we're going to kind of go to the bottom there. And then, just doing kind of a little bit of an X pattern. So that's torqued. And then just going to tighten that top there. And just go back down to the bottom there. So by doing a pattern like that, you're just making sure that you're tightening both sides evenly. If you had a faceplate which was one piece instead of 2, that X kind of pattern would be even more important. And then just go around, just double making sure that everything is set to 4 Newton meters, and then you're good to go to ride.